and welcome to
Wake Up Missoula.
Good morning.
Missoula's only hyperlocal morning show.
Hope you all had a good weekend.
I had a great weekend.
What'd you do?
I went to a drag show.
Oh, fun. I love the drag shows.
And I'm going to leave it at that.
Safe.
It was
Safe.
Disney themed.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah? Were there some good costumes there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Where was it?
At the Palace.
Oh.
They always have them at the Palace. It's always fun.
Yeah, they are fun.
But sometimes the MCs go a little long when they're talking.
Oh, yeah. And they just take over.
Yeah, they take over big time. But other than that, it was a great show.
Good.
Great stuff going on. Let's talk about MCAT a little bit.
Yeah.
MCAT is a television station here in town, public access, that promotes very hyper-local entertainment. For those of you interested in getting involved with MCAT, you can call us at 542-6228. Log on to us at mcat.org, which I'll bring up. Go ahead. Right here. MCAT.org. You can see our orientation video, all sorts of great stuff that has come up here. We have summer camps. We have our artists coming up for next First Friday. Let's see. We have the Creative Cat Contest. And Noelle has a video that kind of accentuates a Creative Cat video, which may...
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is a great video example of what you could do for the Creative Cat Contest.
Eh bien, je suis toujours ici. Chacun des moments peut lever froid comme un robe d'état. Il nécessite une certaine maintenance délicate. Je suis libre d'élire. Majoresse. Les 15 heures par jour, je donne en aucune fête. Je me réveille à la nuit même. Immortalisé sur l'amour, oublié sur le plancher. Comme mes structures par ici, il devenait furieux. Pourtant je ne sens rien.
There you go. We see a nice
so little example
artsy.
video.
That's hilarious.
I know, it's really funny, it's really cute. I didn't make it, and I don't know who made it, but I found it on the internet, and it's hilarious. So whoever did that, good job, yeah.
So I'll tell you more. I was going to show you our PSA, the Creative Cat video, but unfortunately it's not available. So I'll just quickly talk about it. It is $365 top prize. Many other consolation prizes from Bernice's Bakery, Greenlight, 401 Store, Animal Clinic, all sorts of great places here in town that promote cats.
Yeah.
Cats.
And I think it's great, just promote, either you give it to us, hand it to us in a DVD form, digital format, whatever, doesn't matter, we can figure it out, VHS for some of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, if we can see it, you're pretty much in. Just log on to MCAT. You can send it to us via email at contest@mcat.org. That is contest@mcat.org. And now I will show you some mix. This is some of the program that's going to be happening tonight and tomorrow night. And the first one is the Poetry Out Loud, which I remember shooting, and I remember shooting this particular one. And this was our winner. And this the Poetry Out Loud is a 9th to 12th grader. It's high school. From around the Western Montana recite 2 memorized poems to qualify in the state competition, and this was the winner of I think they shot this in Sentinel High School's Poetry Out Loud. This was Missoula when they did it. All right, here we go.
By Richard Hugo. You might come here Sunday on a whim. Say your life broke down. The last good kiss you had was years ago. You walk these streets laid out by the insane.
Yeah, and this is going to be on tonight at 8:30 p.m. if you want to see the whole thing. It's a 2 hour and 30-minute runtime. So many different poems besides her, but just a lot of great memorized poems of great history and all that stuff. But next up we got Legends of Orpheus, and I'll show you that.
For my soul,
and this is The Legends of Orpheus. Opera Theater and Symphony Orchestra presents The Legend of Orpheus, the Rembic story of Orpheus and Eurydice. And it looks pretty nice. I really like, opera is always nice to watch. I know one of the leads, it's John Nispel.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I think that pretty much does it for my segment.
Where was this?
That was at the Theater.
Oh, was it?
So they all decorated. It looks really nice. Set designs and everything like that.
Yeah, it does look very nice. Yeah. And then we have a word on the street.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
let's do that up
Let's
next.
show it, and let's talk about it right after. But here we go.
Sounds good.
Well, I would be interested in seeing how many people start the day off actively, how many people go to the gym, what type of exercises they do, how many people run, who's active in the morning and what they do.
I think one of the first things I look at in the morning is what the weather's like. So I kind of plan my day around it, if I have the day off, if it's going to be a nice sunny day or if I should head up to snowboard.
I'd like to see a show about investigative reporting on why the Forest Service doesn't allow for more mountain bike trails in the area.
Well, I just read an article on the Missoulian about a South Avenue land rights against landowners versus the city of Missoula, and how that has been ongoing for a number of years, costing up to $1.5 million. And still, they have not received any funding or resolution to that land rights. I'd like to see more reporting on how our government, local versus, while it's very local, city of Missoula, what they're doing with our tax money, and how are they being responsible, and responsive to our needs, especially when it comes to our own individual rights that they've certainly violated in this case. But anyway, that's something I was passionate about.
I think actually we need to hear more about Indian people in our community and Indian culture and the struggles for Indian people here, because I think that we have a reservation 30 miles north of us, and we know we have a significant Indian population here in Missoula, but I think they're a little invisible culturally and need more visibility and need their voice to be heard more.
I would love to learn more about the art, actually.
Yeah.
Just like the street art and art galleries and First Night. I'd love to watch more about that. I go all the time, but
I guess I'd like to hear more about the restaurants, the food scene.
I would like to see more of outdoor recreation opportunities around Missoula, things that people can get involved in, different volunteer opportunities with a lot of the different, Missoula is rich with nonprofits, and I think there's a lot of good stuff that is happening that a lot of people probably don't know that is happening. That would be neat. So some of those events, with whether it's a river cleanup opportunity or we're talking about taking kids to a fishing pond and teaching them how to catch fish, it's good stuff that people should be seeing, that there are these opportunities in our community.
And this is my first time in Missoula, and I think I would like to know a little more about the historic buildings, like the one right behind you, the one I'm looking at.
I'm interested in seeing something more for people under 21, more events and learning more about them. I guess just getting more information about things that people under 21 can do instead of like shows at bars and bar things.
That was awesome.
That was our show. That was our word on the street. That was taken on Friday. So, pretty good.
Yeah.
People had a lot to say about that.
We've been having a lot of success since Noelle and I teamed up. People are a lot more approachable with Noelle. So, yeah, thank you, Noelle.
Yeah, for sure. Of course.
You do a great job of getting people talking. It's
Hunting
awesome.
them down. Normally I just yell at them and run after them, but it seems to be working. Yeah.
Cool. Well, I am going to talk about another city council meeting. This is Parks and Conservation Committee. And the subject of this conservation committee was, this Parks and Conservation Committee was the Missoula City Energy Climate Team. And I'm going to show you a soundbite from the head of the Missoula City Climate Team. And he's going to tell you what he explains the basic mission of the Missoula City Energy Climate Team. So let's go. Let's hear from him.
This group is to take items that are approved by you and take those items and basically educate you and the general public using promotional tools that are available. I mean, those tools would include like pamphlets, radio spots, newspapers, forums. We've done that. Organizing business promotional events. We have, for instance, been at the Roots Festival with booths in the past, Brian Kearns and I, another team member. Again, these are items that have been approved by what was the conservation is now the Parks and Conservation Committee. And we do keep it very focused. It is only on greenhouse gas reduction techniques and also things that promote energy conservation or energy efficiency. Some things that this group has been approved to lead educational efforts on include biodiesel, alternative energy such as solar and wind. Some things that we have talked about as a team and decided not to pursue, for instance, are ethanol as one of the things, because there's so many pluses and minuses there. The pluses we felt did not outweigh the negatives enough for that to ask permission from this group to basically promote. The other projects that we've worked on with you, one that's visible is, for instance, the recycling containers that are downtown. It was this group that wrote the grant and got those.
So yeah, that was Ben Schmidt talking about what the Missoula City Energy Climate Team does. During the meeting, he declared 2 items to the Parks and Conservation Committee. Basically, he was declaring them for the committee's support so that they could support them on a further action committee. So I'm going to show you. This is for the Green Building Policy Initiative. This is Peter S. He's a let me see. Peter Sunnison, and he is a graduate student at the Missoula University of Montana. And of environmental studies. So
after meeting with Chase Jones, and he presented to us over the Missoula Conservation and Climate Action Plan, myself and 3 colleagues latched on to the Internal Policies and Procedures 9 section, which calls for a green building policy for all municipal buildings in Missoula. We ran with it. We took this and we decided that we would like to develop a briefing paper to provide background, research, education, resources for you guys, resources for the Energy and Climate Team and the Technical Advisory Committee to look at to get the ball rolling. And briefly, I'm just going to go over the contents.
Okay, so that was Peter Sison, and basically he's going to talk about the goals of the Green Building Policy Initiative. So let's hear from Peter here.
So the goals for a green building policy for the city of Missoula is, when it comes down to it, is to build better energy efficient buildings. This will save money for the city, for the taxpayers. We wanted to use an established certification system or framework for developing this policy. We did not want to develop something entirely new. And really the main goal is to create a sustaining framework that all municipal buildings built by the city of Missoula in the future will be to a certain standard or a certain level of certification.
Great, so those were the goals for the Green Building Policy Initiative. Now, the other initiative that Ben Schmidt put forward was the Weatherization Retrofit Access Program, and it's called WRAP, and I'm going to show you a little bit about that.
And I'm here to introduce what we are calling Missoula Housing WRAP, or the Missoula Housing Weatherization and Retrofit Assistance Program. And The goal of this program is to provide a small-scale home energy efficiency program to low-income housing or low-income households in the city of Missoula. And I'm going to qualify the term low-income to say that by that we mean the ratio of energy expenses to income is higher than average, that this household spends more on energy than the typical household. And this may sound a bit similar to green blocks and other programs. There are some key differences that I'll get into a little bit later. And this came out of a meeting with the mayor, actually, in which he expressed interest in having a program in the city that addresses just this issue. And he phrased it as a social justice, an environmental justice issue. And my colleagues and I picked up on this and ran with it and presented to him with a few case examples and research. And he expressed that the city does not have the resources to put together a program of this type, but that if we could come up with a blueprint, a workable blueprint, that's something the city might be able to consider. And so that's...
All right, so that was Peter McDonough talking about the Weatherization Retrofit Assistance Program. Now he's going to give the phase summary of how this program essentially works. So let's hear from Peter on that.
So what we have today is a blueprint. It's roughly 15 pages long. It's been forwarded to you, and hopefully at least you have the executive summary if you're interested. And it's a 3-phase program. The first phase being education for program recipients, these households, training of auditors, and then an audit program. And then phase 2 is the analysis of audit results and the preparation of a list of recommended retrofits to be done on these houses. And then the phase 3 is the retrofits. And then phase 4 just kind of cycles in with phase 1, which is to redesign the program based on any experience to date, monitor the progress of these retrofits, the energy savings, and then repeat the program in a new neighborhood.
All right, so that was Peter McDonough explaining the RAP program. That's basically my summary from the Parks and Conservation Committee. Do you guys have any questions? It's a pretty complicated thing that they're trying to do, but that's, yeah.
Yeah, but their program, like any good program, you have to wash, rinse, repeat.
Yeah, you really do.
You just got to keep doing it. You got to keep going over and over and over again until you just get it perfect. And nothing's always perfect forever, because the way we conserve things now, it will be different the way we conserve things a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, and beyond. Everything is be completely different, because there's some of the chemicals that we use to help conserve some energy could also come out to be cancerous in the future. Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, it's a good sign that, at least Missoula is progressive enough to be considering these conservation and environmental issues. And I think it's a good sign that our city is working on this so hard. And I also think it's a good sign that City Council is getting help from academic programs to help them with their municipal problems. So it's a good joint venture between the University of Montana and City Council for sure.
Yeah, I agree. It'll be exciting to see how this turns out.
Absolutely. Yeah. So what's next for us?
Well, Scott has a really great picture of his morning walk.
Yeah.
Scott's morning walk.
Scott's usual morning walk, where I just have to walk to here every morning. That's conservative, right?
Yeah, that is definitely conservative. You don't have any carbon emissions right there.
All right.
Yeah.
So go back to you. You have a thing about talking about weather and stuff like that.
The weather is up next. So today, it's supposed to be kind of nice today, everyone. It's supposed to be, we have got 23 degrees. 23 degrees currently, and it feels like 23. It'll be partly cloudy today, 50 degrees. Tonight it'll be 28 degrees. But tomorrow we have a high of 60 and partly cloudy too, so that'll be nice. And then Wednesday it looks like it'll be 49 degrees with chance of rain. So those are the next 3 days, today and next 2 days. And yeah, we'll see. Should be good. I'm excited for warmer weather, maybe to not have to wear leggings all the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this week is International Week at the university, and so they have a bunch of events going on. And so for today, They have intercultural communication and social justice, which is a presentation. They have at 2 p.m. from 2 p.m. to 3, they have Tigers, Curry, and Journalism. The School of Journalism, they had a winter session trip in India in January for a couple weeks. And so over 20 students and faculty traveled to India for an environmental reporting class. You can come listen to students' experiences and about the time they spent in a tiger reserve in a rural Indian village, which that would be pretty cool. One of my friends went on that trip and she said it was really neat. She got a lot of cool pictures. Yeah, there's lots of other events going on for International Week. You can just type in www.umt.edu and check out their International Week in the search bar. Yeah.
And they should have it all splatter across the website too, because
Yeah.
if it's International Week, you know it's going to be all over everywhere.
Yeah, did you guys get to go to the International Food Festival?
No, but I wanted to.
I know, I didn't get to either.
It's always great. Culture, it's like everything kicks off all together. And then these things are like all the events that kind of separate and do their own little thing for a little while. And then I think they do come back together for like a big presentation again.
How big is the international?
The international program here in Missoula is huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many people generally, like thousands of people, show up for the food festival?
I've heard that. Yeah, I've heard.
Yeah.
Probably about.
I would say about at least 1,000.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I would
UC is completely filled with people and students from across the world who are going here currently.
Cool.
That's really cool.
That is cool. I'm glad that we do that. Also, in celebration of International Week, there is a movie today at 4 p.m. at the University of Montana in the University Center Theater. It's called Imported from China, and it is at 4 p.m. And this is a documentary following several Chinese international students who are struggling to find their place in the American university and with a larger U.S. context.
Oh.
So that will be pretty good. Check that out if anyone has any time today. And then also tonight at 5:30 p.m. is a Missoula Public Library Poetry Workshop. This, the instructor's name is Emily Walter, and this is a 7-week reading and writing poetry workshop starting today from 5:30 to 7:30. So space is limited, and they don't have what tickets are right here, but if you call 721-BOOK, you can find out more information and register yourself. Yeah, so this is 7 weeks, so that'll be pretty fun. And then also on Tuesday at 4 p.m. is Kenya, a visual journey through a developing country. This is presented by Jamil Chaudhry, which is a campus architect, Amarja Unkari Chaudhry, who is director for study abroad, student exchanges, and institutional partnerships. So that'll be a documentary about Kenya. That'll be pretty sweet in celebration of International Week. And then we've got 2 more events for us. Tomorrow starts a belly dance intro course. This is going to be an 8-week intro course from 6:45 to 8:45 at MCT downtown Missoula. It's $125 for all 8 weeks. You can call Sonia at 250-8595 or Facebook Belly Dance Missoula with questions and to register. That'll be pretty fun if anyone's interested in belly dancing. That starts tomorrow. And then my last event that's going on is the African dance class from 7 to 8:30 at the Missoula Senior Center tomorrow. This is a unity dance and drum class with Taram Reed, and they also have live musicians. They meet every Tuesday from 7 to 8:30 at Missoula Senior Center, and it's $10 per class or $35 for 4 classes. Yeah, so those are all the events that I've got today going on. I hope everyone checks them out. Yeah, have a good Monday.
Yeah, that sounds great, Noelle. There's a lot of stuff going on for International Week. It sounds like a blast.
I think International Week will be a blast. I hope everyone checks it out.
And as many of you know, I'm going to be showing From the Vault. And From the Vault comes from MCAT's video library from over 6,000 videos that we've provided over the years, over 24 plus years of service to the community, all this great, amazing stuff. And this is actually made by a presentation by our ex-mayor, Mike Caddis. So.
How long was he mayor for?
I'm not sure exactly, but he was mayor for quite a bit. I think he, this was in the 90s too, so we'll see how this great video is. I think it's an awesome video, and he talks about Missoula's history, and he shows some great old photos from back in the day.
Great.
Hi, I'm Mike Kadis. I'm the mayor of City of Missoula. This is the start of a series of shows that we're doing with MCAT. In addition to MCAT's coverage of the regular Monday night city council meetings, MCAT's going to be covering planning board meetings, community forum meetings, and an occasional show from a city department. These shows will focus on the history of our city, city projects, city government, and other issues that pertain to the larger valley and community of western Montana. The name Missoula comes from that connection with the buffalo. Hellgate had a fairly exciting reputation. In the early 1860s, it averaged a population of about 14 people. In one 2-year stretch, amid a couple of visits by the vigilantes, there were 11 deaths with the population of 14. One of the first buildings in downtown Missoula was the Missoula Mercantile. It still stands today. Northern Pacific Railway. It was established in 1889, and Missoula was a central hub.
All right, and there you go. There's some of the great stuff from our history. Our old mayor.
Nice.
He's constantly does stuff with Missoula all the time. But yeah, we have a lot of great stuff here at MCAT. We're digitizing most of our library now, so we're gonna have many of it just like on hand for anyone interested coming down and looking at our MCAT vault anytime of the year from 89 to now.
Nice.
Yeah, and I'm sure that anyone who's lived it here for a certain amount of time, probably over 5 years, has something connected to the vault. Some sort of, something that was recorded. I'm sure people were at an event or, were a part of a nonprofit or something like that.
Or watched it on MCAT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a lot of great programming here on MCAT, programming that made by people from Missoula, for people in Missoula, and you guys can get involved too if you guys log on to MCAT.org, check us out on Facebook. We have a lot of great stuff. This is our Facebook page at Wake Up Missoula. Check us out. We have more content here. We'll show you more of what we showed you today on our live broadcast. We'll also have our live broadcast there, so in case you missed us in the morning, we're always online here all the time. Make sure to check us out on our MCAT page. This is our channel page, and it basically shows every single thing from what shoots we've done in the past. From today, I did a shoot just this last week, and I posted it on our Facebook. It was just basically about the CFAC meeting, and it talks about farming for up-and-coming farmers in this town. So we have about a minute left, so let's talk about what we're planning for the rest of the week. What's going on this week?
Let's see. Well, spring break starts
Spring break
on
is coming up this
Friday.
week, so you said you guys are going to do a word on the street about what kids are going to be doing for spring break?
Yeah, I think Wednesday.
Yeah.
If we've got some time, we will. Yeah, definitely.
A lot of people are probably leaving town, including you, Scott.
Yes, including me.
Where are you going, Scott?
I'm going to Cali.
Woo! SoCal or NorCal?
Southern Cal. Orange
Sweet.
County.
Sweet.
Cool.
You'll see. You gonna surf some waves, bro?
Something like that.
Will we get a report from you down there in Southern
I'll
California?
be sure to get as much as a report as I can. We'll figure out the whole Skype thing, and hopefully I can talk to you guys from California
fun.
live on our show.
That'd be really. Are you gonna be awake that early?
Yeah.
It's gonna be
it's no big
7
deal.
something there.
Yeah, it'll be 7 there, and it'll be 8 here, so I'll have to wake up at like 6:30.
You'll have
and
to.
then just Skype call you guys around then, and then you have the computer up and ready to go.
Yeah, we'll do live from Cali with Scott. Are
Yeah.
you leaving on Friday?
Yeah, I'm leaving on Thursday, so I'll be down for Friday, hopefully. And if not, no.
Cool, that's exciting.
All right, well, this is about it for what we have for Wake Up Missoula. For Wake Up Missoula, I'm Scott Ramp.
I'm Noelle McAvoy.
I'm Josh Many.
Thanks for joining us, and
Have a good day, you guys. We'll see you Wednesday.